Yo, what's going down, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here. Today I'm back for episode number 25 of my Brooklyn Nets MyLeague series here on NBA 2K16. So Derek Favors returns from his fractured ankle. We get the full squad back in rotation. Favors gets back into the starting lineup. We move Mike Scott back to the bench, and we are finally at full strength for the first time since we picked up Victor Oladipo. So this will be a good look at the team. And we're taking on the team with the best record in the NBA this episode, the Denver Nuggets, surprisingly enough, 39-17. You can take a look at their team right here. They have 7 guys averaging at least 10 points a game. Reminds me a little bit of last year's Hawks. So not really a true superstar, but a couple guys averaging 16 a game. And then some really solid role players surrounding them, including Jeremy Lin, who is also averaging double figures. I found that to be a little hilarious, but I don't know, maybe that is good coaching. Who knows? But you're going to look at the team stats here. I'm also going to play a little 2K pregame show because they talk about an interesting topic that I think can be applied to both teams.
And tonight we have two teams who both like to get out in transition. A torrid pace, high octane, call it what you will. Kenny, your nickname, the Jet, comes to mind. Is this exactly the kind of up and down style you liked?
If you're a guard, this is the type of tempo you want to play at. No one wants to play in the half court if you have speed advantage. And with easy baskets, you get into a rhythm, your jump shot starts falling, everything starts going. And the big man, just get rebounds, baby. Just get rebounds.
What do you think, big man?
I can't understand what you're saying about the speed. All that is good, but you do need balance. You just can't play one way and expect to win a championship. I'm surprised, Kenny. You got 2 rings. You should know that.
Well, I always from the school of thought they made big men because they made rebounds. That was the only reason.
I'm going to rebound my fist right over Ernie's chest.
Okay,
right in your face.
I don't think go through Ernie's chest to get to me.
Well, this is a show filled with hilarity and goodwill, and we turn it over now to Kevin Harlan for the call.
So I didn't want to play the whole thing because it got a little stupid there at the end, but I thought that getting out in transition, that's always been sort of a hallmark of the Denver Nuggets. They play in the altitude. They want to, get you breathing heavy and, try and wear you guys down as the game goes on when they're on their home court. You can see I get a technical foul here. I was talking into my mic, and I think I said S-H-I-T, so that was pretty ridiculous there. But anyway, we were down 5-2 early. You can see Al Jefferson's on this Nuggets team as well. I was going to take advantage of that matchup all game long. Lopez against Jefferson. Jefferson really is not that great of a defender, and Lopez has got a lot of offensive ability, so I knew I wanted to go to Lopez a lot early and often this game. But getting back to the transition thing, because we have 2 of these really athletic guards, and Oladipo is a really good ball handler as well. He can dish it out, and I think that really is going to lend to us getting out in transition more. And I've talked about that's something I've always wanted to do with this team, but I think Oladipo is really just going to help that. And you're going to see here off the rebound, I get it up to Oladipo. The thing about this game is the point guard almost never runs out on the break. It's always the 2 and the 3 going out on the wings and getting out in transition. But so if you don't really have a good ball handling 2 guard, it's kind of difficult to run the break in this game. But Oladipo is quick, he's athletic, and he can handle the ball. So that really is going to help us get out in transition. So I think you're going to see that a lot this episode. Anyway, here's Gallinari with the ball being picked up by Luke Babbitt. You know how that's going to end up. Gallo goes right by him to the cup. Now it's Rudy Gobert, another addition to this Nuggets team. Like I said, I really like this Nuggets team. I think they have a lot of interesting pieces, but I don't know if they all quite fit together. I think it could certainly use a bit of a touching up on that roster. But anyway, nice little alley-oop to Bazemore there, and then Babbitt catches, does not fire, gives it to Bolar down low. Bolar, and he is going to go to work in the post. Skyhook and 1. That is right. You cannot defend Sim Bolar. He is too overpowered. And then here we go at the end of the first quarter. We are up by 3, so a solid first quarter. We held Denver to 22 points. That is a pretty good total, and we scored 25 ourselves. So anyway, in the start of the second, it's Chris Middleton with the ball, kicks it back to Oladipo. Little screen and roll with Lopez here, and Lopez too easy. The little contact layup animation goes for him, and we are up by 5 now, 31-26. It's Linsanity with the pull-up, no good, but the offensive rebound for Jusuf Nurkic, and that was a problem we had this game. We let up too many offensive rebounds. I think that really let Denver stay in this game early. I thought we outplayed them for the most part in the first half, but the offensive rebounds really were killing us. There's Jefferson with the little left-handed hook, but then we're going to go right back to Lopez. Every time Jefferson scores a bucket, you got to make him pay on the other end. That is what you do against a defensively incapable guy like Al Jefferson. So we go to work on him right there. And then Nurkic gets his shot rejected by Derek Favors. Favors didn't really have quite the offensive performance that you would look for out of him typically, but he certainly had a good game defensively. He made an impact in his return. And then there we go, Oladipo right to the cup, 2-handed slam. I mentioned in the last episode, but Oladipo plays a lot better this time around. I was kind of finally figuring figuring out how to use him. And then here we go, a little alley-oop to Oladipo. We go up by 7, 37-30 is the score. Then Middleton on the boards, once again getting out in transition. This time it's Bledsoe, and that is what you love about having two quick guards like that. Both are going to be able to get behind the defenses on the fast break and make them pay. And then check this out, a little post hook shot gets blocked by Lopez. Our defense was really on point this second quarter. You can see Denver only at 30 points. We only got about 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Here's the second unit in now. McCollum gets it over to Mike Scott into the corner for Babbitt. One extra pass to McCollum. Great ball movement right there. We get the 3 and we go up 14 points. And then at the half, it's going to be 50-37. So we held Denver to just 15 points in that second quarter. And our team defense, I think, really matched up well against this Denver team. They didn't have that true superstar, like I said. They also were really having a rough night at the free throw line. You can see only 50%. And Emmanuel Mudiay, I think, ended up the game like 4 of 10. He really killed them at the line. But I think the fact that we have, 4 or 5 pretty good defenders in our starting lineup kind of lended ourselves a pretty good hand against this Denver team, just because they have, 5, 6, 7 guys who can score the ball. But if we have 5, 6, 7 defenders we can throw at them, I think if they don't really have a true, go-to pure scorer, I think that really is going to play into our hands more than theirs. So I think we just matched up really well against this team, and I think you saw that throughout the episode. But here we go, a little pick and roll again. This time it's Lopez to the bucket, gets behind Jefferson. You can see Jefferson's pick and roll defense is just non-existent there. And then here we go, they try to run their own pick and roll. Mudiay to the hoop. He actually started going to the rim here in the second half and started filling up the stat sheet a little bit. He kind of kept Denver in this game for a little bit. Him and Fareed, I thought, you can see Fareed just tenacious on the offensive boards, finally draws the foul. He would knock down both. Now it's 59-52. Gallinari also had a pretty nice night. He is probably the closest thing they have to a pure scorer. He can sort of create his own shot at times, and he did so tonight, but really other than that, they don't really have a lot of go-to guys who can get you 2 points. Here is Favors, right to the hoop, two-handed slam, and that would put us back up by 7, now 63-56. That one is rebounded by Mudiay. Here go the Nuggets in transition. This is what I was talking about earlier. Lin to Mudiay with the one-handed slam, and they get the lead down to 5. Now it's back up to 7. Gallinari with the ball picked up by Mike Scott. He looks for the screen, pulls up from behind the line. That is money, and the lead is down to 4. So Denver hanging around. Now it is Rudy Gobert getting it to CJ Miles, back to Mudiay for 3. It's good. A 3-point game it is now. End of the third quarter. Here is McCollum looking for the screen from Mike Scott, and we're going to dish it off to Scott there. Two-handed slam off of one leg. Get the lead back up to 5, and that would be the score at the end of 3. 72-67 now. Brooklyn's playing pretty well, but you got to suspect Denver's going to make one final run. They are the home team after all. So here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. Good rebound by Middleton. I think he had about 11 rebounds this game. That was something he was doing well all night long. And then there we go. Oladipo to Bledsoe. The connection on the fast break one more time. And then Oladipo getting out in the break. He's going to take it himself. Bumps Fareed and then gets the and one. Tough layup right there, but he got it to go. The free throw would put us up by 10. 77-67. Then off of another Denver miss. Getting out in transition. And this time it's Middleton with the and one. Free throw would put us up 13, now pulling away here at the start of the fourth quarter. CJ Miles from behind the line, that's no good. Oladipo on the boards, and then here we go once again running the fast break. Oladipo, will he take it himself? He's going to pull up here, goes by one man, then he's got Bledsoe at the top of the key, another 3, and it is good. 83-67, an 11-0 run has blown this game open. Can Denver respond? That is going to be an offensive board for Fareed, and he puts that one back up and in, so the lead's back down to 10, now 6.5 to play, but a good play by Oladipo, anticipating defensively right there, getting the steal, and then Lopez on the fast break, rewarding the big man for getting out in transition. We go back up by 12. Now it's Gallinari going to work on Middleton. He's just going to pull up there and knock that one down, so he keeps the game at 10 with about 4.5 to play. Now Mudiay with the ball. He's going to try to go to the corner there. It's Gallinari. He gets blocked by Lopez. A big defensive swat. Now still a 10-point game with about 2.5 to play, and this is when they started pressing. And, man, they really got to fix the press in next year's 2K. This has been an issue for the last, 4 or 5 2K games they put out, but the press just does not work when the CPU does it. And then here we go for good measure. An alley-oop to Oladipo puts us up 14 points now, 2 minutes to play. And then, watch this. This is pretty hilarious. Lopez in the corner. I decided, why not? And he nails the corner three. I shouldn't say nails. He kind of front rimmed that and then got the lucky bounce. But either way, that would be the icing on the cake. We go on to win by a final score of 100-82. And so the Nets come out victorious. Like I said, a pretty good game. I thought this was a very impressive game on the part of the Nets. We played really good team defense, and then in the second and in the fourth quarters, we held them to just 15 points. So really, when it mattered most, you can see Denver only shot 36%. We did have 12 turnovers, not really what you like to see, but our defense was just so good it really didn't matter at the end of the day. And then you can see here 6 blocks from Lopez. He had a phenomenal night, 25 points on 16 shots. And then we had 3 other guys in double figures. Middleton had a double-double, and then Bledsoe and Oladipo combined for 33. Take a look at the Nuggets side. They got 4 guys in double figures themselves, but 2 of those guys had to take 20 shots to get there. So really inefficient nights from a couple of their best players. And that is going to do it. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Brook Lopez.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
Just a dominant display by Brook Lopez in the post tonight. Lopez is a threat on multiple levels. His offense is always going to be there, but his defense isn't far behind. And I don't think he gets enough credit for his rebounding either. He's solid all around.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.